Howdy there, Scream Freaks! Now you can become an official Scream Freak just by joining the Screaming Soup Fan Club. Jumpin' jack-o'-lanterns, right? When you join, you'll get an exclusive Scream Freak kit loaded with special treats and collectibles just for you. The kit includes your own membership pin, a wanted poster of your favorite horror host, trading cards, a drink coaster from the Howling Grubbin' Spirits, stickers, and a personalized postcard from me. Sweet! To join, just PayPal $15, which includes shipping and handling, along with your name, mailing address, and the description Screaming Soup Fan Club kit to @ScreamingSoup. Become an official Scream Freak today, and not only will you receive lots of cool Screaming Soup stuff you can't get anywhere else, each purchase helps fund even more Screaming Soup merch you're going to want to get your hands on. Don't miss out!
Much more of this. It's not scary, it's just shit. Paper mache and painted laser rays. Dumbass monsters made of clay. If you wanna scream, come scream with me. Screaming soup, screaming soup. If you wanna scream, come scream with me. Screaming soup, screaming soup. What the hell is this supposed to be? Action, romance, or sci-fi comedy? I just don't have fucking time for this shit. Give me the blood, show me the tits. If you wanna scream, come scream with me. Screaming soup, screaming soup. If you wanna scream, come scream with me.
Chill, boy. There we go. Dang it!
Ooh, land, scorching land. Thank you.
Screw turning into a bat to fly. This is badass.
Certainly one of Dracula's more indulgent
Solid
purchases.
scorching land.
Or will you refrain from the melodrama?
Bite my mangy ass. You know I hate heights.
Well, howdy there, Scream Freaks. Glad to caught up with us, because we still need your help reuniting Ted as the new king of the vampires, or the classic monsters Dracula used to run with. As you can probably tell from the eyesore, the next fella to wrangle on our list is none other than the Mummy.
Thought it'd be bigger. This guy not that important or something?
Don't judge a mummy by the size of his pyramid. The rest of it is buried beneath the sand.
Speaking of sand, this wind's wearing my bones down. Let's get a move on, how about it? What you got there, Billy? Bundle of twist, a baby?
Why is there a baby on the front steps? Oh man, does the mummy eat babies?
A zero doesn't eat babies.
Ugly duckling, ain't he? No wonder someone dumped him. You thumb-sucking dickweed!
Deadwest, maintain your composure. Bring the child inside and we'll ask a zero about this.
Since when did I become the lackey of this freaking outfit? Pancaked youngins!
Did we just walk into a booby trap?
Hey, let us in.
Frankie, can you force this open?
I'm afraid that's beyond even my abnormal strength.
Who dares enter the tomb of Azazel, harbinger of doom and prophet of Anubis? May the Pharaoh's curse fall upon you for this transgression against my final resting place.
What in tarnations?
Least you best the tomb and its many perils that await.
What is happening here?
Oh, didn't see you there.
Well, the school didn't spare any expense sending extra chaperones, did they? You gentle ghouls ready to do this?
what?
Help our cacophony of youth learn a thing or two, solving clues and getting out with the mummy's gold.
You're grave robber.
What? The game, man! This is your first time playing?
Jumpin' jack-o'-lanterns. Are we in an escape room?
You mean that game where you solve puzzles to get out of some place that's all locked up before the time runs out? I thought you said this was the mummy's hangout.
Oh, it is. He runs the place.
I'll be. The mummy's turned his home into a tourist attraction.
Well, we ain't got time for this bull. Azaro! Yo, Ollie Oxenfree! Where you at?
He doesn't show up until the end with the riddle of the Sphinx. And that's if we get that far.
Then get solving already, gamer!
Good thing I've got VR games to play on my watch.
Well, while we're waiting, Screen Freaks, how about we pass the time with a review? Would you like that, you little cow booger? Putrid polecats? Almost as wretched as this alternative mummy flick I saw a while back. Bloodsucking Pharaohs in Pittsburgh. Jumping on the dark-humored bandwagon with other Egyptian-themed splatterfests like Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers and Blood Diner, the meat of the side-chuckling slasher features a buddy cop duo of Sam Spade wannabes investigating a spree of ritualistic mutilations in Pittsburgh, of all places. On the case, whether they like it or not, is Sergeant Blocker and Birdwell, two detectives with their own share of personal problems getting in the way of apprehending Pittsburgh's perp of the hour. Blocker's endlessly teased for a bad rep he picked up in Vegas and pukes chunks at the slightest sign of gore. And his partner Birdwell's got marital turbulence thanks to his bonkers of a chimney for wife Irma constantly riding his ass he don't love her no more.
Girl who was killed, was she pretty? I bet she was pretty, wasn't she?
Someone sawed off the top of her head and ripped out her brains. Does that sound pretty to you?
Insecure much? Anyways, the killer stealing lady parts with a variety of power tools is leaving hieroglyphic calling cards at each crime scene, reminding Blocker of a similar psycho he stopped in Vegas for hacking up dirty birdies as ingredients in a homemade fountain of youth he was cooking up. Luckily, Blocker doesn't believe in such coincidences and contacts his old partner from Sin City for help. Much to his surprise, however, the ex-partner's meter maid for a daughter Dee Dee flies in instead, hiccuping her old man's mysteriously disappeared. Wanting answers, she forces her way into the investigation and volunteers to go undercover in Egypt Town as fetch and bait for their number one suspect, the brother of the Vegas killer who's conveniently in town. Before they can stick a fork in this turkey, things tailspin into a revenge drama no one saw coming, and our unlikely trio suddenly fighting for their lives against Egyptian she-ninjas, fat shame henchmen, and fatal baths. The sours of this laughable fiasco is in the humor, Screen Freaks. Bombing belly rolls, you know them folks who think they're so funny they try making you laugh every time they open their pie holes, never figuring out the annoying look on your mug means their jokes are more missed than hit? Like this one joke they run into the ground like a dead horse beaten to glue.
What? The sexual problem.
Sexual problem? Oh, yeah, your sexual problem.
Because of that sex problem.
Wait till you shut up!
It wasn't funny the first time. It's just anything goes with mediocre joke after mediocre joke, ranging anywhere from subtle sight gags to all-out slapstick, which makes the comedy inconsistent.
Turn it off!
The filmmaker should have just picked a lane, you know? Either give me Dragnet funny or Naked Gun funny. You can't have them both, because it really hurts the performances of these two yahoos. So much so, if it weren't for Dee Dee's spirited addition, I wouldn't give a damn about anyone in this flick. One of the more outlandish gags that shoehorns his way through the film for cockeyed chuckles is Irma. Paranoid Don Knotts' malnourished doppelganger is going to leave her ass for hotter stuff. She commits herself to being the trophy wife of his dreams in her own weirdo way, but there's really only one thing he'd like her to do.
Why don't you just stop?
After their bird dies of secondhand smoke, however, she caves in to kicking the cancer sticks and subjects herself to a firm's crazy tactics that's just a severed finger away from being that anti-smoking program in Cat's Eye. To cinch her addiction, Irma's randomly hosed by gorillas, shocked with what looks like fluorescent bulbs, and gets the ever-loving shit beat out of her. I think it's funny, and the filmmakers tried bringing it all full circle with her fugly appearance making bad guys think the Egyptian god Anubis has returned, but it's too much of a detour from the cops and organ robber story I popped this sucker in for. Proven to be his own worst enemy more and more, Bloodsucking Pharaohs in Pittsburgh clocks a hair over a minute on the pissing timer thanks to an early mind-numbing chase sequence of Las Vegas in a flashback. Well, at least there's no bogus scares make us jump for no reason.
After Albab, Amam, Luji, Abu. Aïe! Oh goodness. C'est pas.
It's about time.
You have bested the greatest minds of a long-gone era, and are within breaths of successfully escaping with my gold and your souls. But first, you must answer.
The riddle of the sphincter. We know.
No, the riddle of the Sphinx! Sphinx!
That ain't what it says here.
What are you talking about? Ah, those damn kids! How did they even reach that? Ah, somebody hold that door! This is awkward.
I got a riddle for you, dinks. What's big, dumb, and about to go bye-bye?
This ain't good.
Playtime.
That really ain't good.
Hey, that was my last man.
Oh, my help ready to the tank after this.
A 0.
Thank you. The Sphinx blesses you with a 2-for-1 coupon.
This rodeo may be too much for me, Screen Freaks. Well, stay close and let's ride this thing out while I wrap up our review. Drooling over the sweets Bloodsucking Pharaohs and Pittsburgh offers, it boils down to two things. Tom Savini's special effects and nudie talent turned actress Jane Hamilton as a roller boogie klutz named Grace we fall head over heels for as this funny car hop the cops meet when spying on their suspected killer's restaurant business. Now, while this ain't one of Savini's more celebrated accomplishments like Creepshow, Dawn of the Dead, Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, or even Maniac, the man still delivers the gore even when the kills are happening off camera. Like the gal with her brains scooped out in the first reel, this beheading right out of Evil Dead 2, and the poor schmuck at the end of the movie who melts away when dunked in the soup Grace spends the whole movie prepping. Whoops! Guess the cat's out of the sarcophagus. That's right, Grace is more than just another fumbling hottie. She's the blood-sucking pharaoh we've been waiting to see. Well, pharaoh in the loosest sense, I guess. I mean, she dresses like one, but doesn't actually rule over anything except Tubby here. Turns out Grace, the bumbling babe we thought was just eye candy this whole time, is the real mastermind behind the recent murders, and it's all part of an elaborate revenge plot for payback against those responsible for her dad's death, who, you might have guessed, is that deranged butcher Blocker Pop back in Vegas. At some point, Grace found her pop's blood and guts recipe for a fountain of youth and figured out a way to reverse its properties so whoever jumps into stuff ends up dead and damned for all eternity instead. Sounds like a cool way to get even, but tarnations can she overcomplicate what should be a simple drowning. Not only is she pretending to be a bumbling bimbo to gain the trust of her estranged and clueless uncle, whose confession to the police got her dad killed to begin with, but she's also busy framing Blocker with every victim being a floozy he knows from Vegas. This plan's as convoluted as all get out, but kinda makes sense. I mean, pinning the blame on Blocker keeps the cops off Grace's trail, and with her uncle surrounded by a gang of femme fatales at all time, how else is she gonna get close enough to strong arm him into the shallow end of damnation? Only part I still can't swallow so easily though, how unbelievably coincidental it is that all these Vegas hookers happen to end up in Pittsburgh, and how Uncle Pervy McPurvis in here doesn't recognize his own niece he abandoned years ago. But you know what? Who cares? In the end, Jane Hamilton looks great as a chainsaw-wielding she-slasher and proves there's more to her than a fun tussle between the sheets, with her brilliantly flipping the switch from lovable bimbo to cool villainess. She's alright in my book. Walking like an Egyptian to the kill count, this hoe-hacking laugh fest stacks a total of 13 bodies, with some help from its starring Flatfoots and a dead pet for good measure. Of course, we already showed you the best of these kills with that meltdown earlier, and oh look, it's the one kill that actually delivers on the blood-sucking part of the title without any blood. How lame can a gal getting lipoed in the street with a high-powered shop vac get? And the filmmakers definitely ain't helping themselves throwing a puppy kill in here. Well, no worries, Screen Freaks. Just like the killer from Blood Feast, which this is all loosely based on, Grace meets a soul-crushing end. Lucky for us, there's no cutting away from the boobs in this movie, but it still leaves a lot to be desired with it all happening in the blink of an eye, with a pervy uncle flipping through his photo album of smut to a flash of balloon boobies. Billy, let's nuke the ingredients of this schlocker and see what it rates. 3 out of 5. Not bad. Middle of the road entertainment. Lacking a fresh enough spin on things I've already seen in other Egyptian-themed slashers, from the foot brain soup to chicks with chainsaws, Bloodsucking Pharaohs in Pittsburgh is an entertaining enough flick to watch from beginning to end, but doesn't have anything memorable about it save Tom Savini's money shot effect. I'd recommend this soul-damning flick to anyone who fantasizes kicking their boss in the nads. Those wanting the truth about what happens in Vegas really stay in Vegas.
You knew all of Las Vegas, where you were under psychiatric care after your breakdown.
And folks, until whatever the hell this is. But what do I know? I like Guilty Tomato movies.
A 0, 2 o'clock high.
Frankenstein? When did you get here?
I've been with you this whole time.
It's not easy seeing in this thing, you know. Shoo! Shoo!
If Tessa's not paying me until Ted's tagged out for good. Lose already, you dingus!
I've got to do something.
Where are you going?
Deadwest! Shoot the staff! Everybody take cover!
Hell of a power play there, Ted.
No, for the asshole screwing with my business.
I got this.
No fear! No fear! Ted's supposed to be dead!
You? I knew you were a bad seed.
It's Fatty! And you owe me a clown, you big bully!
Whoa!
Battle before the might of Azaru!
That little hit baby got away.
Not without leaving a present.
None of all the cursed evils in these lands. It's gonna take me forever to get this mess cleaned up. Damn this arthritis!
I can fix that for you.
Kid, my pyramid's ripped. Unless you've got a whole cleaning crew in your belfry, this is gonna take more than a positive attitude.
I do, actually.
Come again?
It's true, a 0. He's replaced Dracula as king of the vampires.
I hope you get the pyramid back up and running, and you join us for a little while and help me settle into this king thing.
Well, you make a compelling offer. You have yourself a deal. Let me pack some things. Where am I going again?
Frankie, this isn't gonna work.
Excuse me?
You want me to bring this band back together to help me be the best king I can be, but these guys are jokes. Wolfman's an egomaniacal smoocher. I don't think Gill Creature understands a word I say, and Mummy's a shuffling museum exhibit that's barely holding together.
I think they have their usefulness, and it would be rude, not to mention embarrassing, to excuse their companionship this far in.
Fine, but I'm picking the rest of the monsters. They're gonna be younger, scarier, and have total control of their bladder.
As you wish then, Ted. You are the king, after all.
Interesting development, don't you think? Sounds like our reunion tour is turning into a talent search, and who knows who or what will be coming out of the woodwork from that. Especially now that we got hired guns like Duty Pants McGee back there after Ted's title as head honcho of the vampires. Boy, last thing I need from this arrangement is even more enemies in the Crosslands than they already have. Well, we're more or less done here, so I'll see you later, Scream Freaks!
We kept getting the question, well, where do the tomatoes come from? It never occurred to us. People would take the tomatoes seriously enough to worry about where the hell they came from.
Well, howdy there, Scream Freaks. Well, thank you kindly for watching, and help yourself to more servings of Screaming Soup by visiting our site at screamingsoup.com. You can read our weekly updates, character bios, and interviews, catch up on past episodes, browse our store, and drool over the Howlin' Hottie of the Week. If you want to scream at us, just holler at screamingsoup@gmail.com, and don't forget to stalk us through social media, conveniently linked at the top of the site.